All right, I'm in the opening round of the Coast to Coast tournament. I'm on the back nine, so got it done on the front. Actually, one more than my goal. I really want to shoot the. I want to be around the minus 28 plus, so I guess I got the plus. Starting it off really good. See if we can replicate that on the back. See what our options are. So hold number 10. Hole number 10. Da 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 da. Juniper Point. Hole number 2. Starting off with this par 3. So I set up a shot on this all week. The wind's blowing in the way that I don't want to have to use my low wind balls every round. So I'm using the no move shot, and I've been adjusting it for my clubs, and finally dialed it in earlier today. Got the hole in one. Man, it did not look like it was going to be a hole in one, but it drifted right down, caught the break just right. So what I'm doing is 3/4 backspin, 1 bar of left-hand side spin, mid club, which with my Grizzly is 1.75 per ring. And I'm adding on 10%. Say that 10 times fast. 1.1 times whatever the wind is. We'll do the wind first. So it's 1.1 times whatever the wind is divided by 1.75, which is the number I'm using for mid club. Come on. I go first. So it's 3.4 divided by 1.75, which is actually wrong. So that might be why I was off earlier. So I'm going to have to go back and work those numbers. And now a bar, 3/4 of a bar. No move, 2.13 rings. There's 1, 2.13. Try and hit it perfect. I catch it perfect. Had to speed it up there. I was running out of time. I already timed out once this week. Not on this hole, but on hole number 7. Let's see. It looks like it's going to be off. Off just a bit. Just a bit. Just a little too much backspin. Get in the hole. I was just thinking about that. I've been doing my hitting my Grizzly wrong. So with I'm gonna have to work the numbers for my Grizzly. With my Hornet, my short iron, I hit it's 100% accurate club, so it's 1 per ring. When it's at mid club, it's 75% more accurate, and I hit 1.75. And when it's at min club, it's 100% accurate, so I hit 2.0. And I've been dummy me. I've been using the same numbers on my Grizzly, and my Grizzly is a long iron, not a short iron. So mid should be 1.5, and minimum should be 1.75. And I've actually been doing the 1.75 at mid with my Grizzly, and that might explain why my Grizzly seems like I'm less like, man, I have 100% accurate club here. I should be sinking more with it. It might be because I've been using the wrong damn numbers. And for those of you out there using the app, go, well, we don't have that problem. I know. I don't have a problem with the app. It's just I know lots of people that use the app. I've just played with the paper numbers, the numbers that we can work out on paper. I played with those numbers for so long. The deal with the Grizzly is we really have only had it since January is when they did the club card trading. So it's been February, March, April. So we've only had it for like 3.5 months. Seems like it was around January when they did the club card trading. Seems like it was forever ago. But it hasn't been that long. They did the buff. They came out and buffed all the clubs, and then the very next week they did the club card trading. All right. Good luck in the tournament. That was hole number 10. Not getting it done. I'm going to stick with what I've been doing on there because I did work that out. I put just a little teeny sliver of too much backspin on there. That's why it took me, I was almost out of time because I was trying to get that backspin right. All right, hole number 11. See if we can come up here and get the hole number 11, Juniper Point, hole number 6. I just want to glance at it. All right, hole number 11. It's par 4. I'm using a katana and a rock and about 2 topspin. I'm actually trying to make sure that I stay in my grizzly range, or excuse me, my hornet range. I'd rather be at minimum short iron. I don't have a problem with my wedge hitting it from distance, but when you're right there and you're hitting it at max wedge, I would rather hit it with minimum short iron. I have more confidence because I hardly ever take max. You don't find a lot of holes that you hit max wedge. That whole debate about whether an Imbringer or a Rapier is better. My point is that where do you take most of your wedge shots? I would bet that I take probably in excess of 90% of my wedge shots at about a third of the club. You're not even at mid club. And so everybody touts the accuracy of an Imbringer. Well, that's fine if you're hitting all of your wedge shots from distance, but if you're not hitting from distance in most cases, you're right up on the green or close to it. I would rather topspin it in. Isn't it great? And they're in love with their extra mile. Is that the deal? Did they hit the tree? Did they get through? They got through. Excellent. They're going to like that a lot. That's not quite a gimme, but that's a gimme. I got that done with a quasar or a katana. That's fantastic. That was a spectacular shot there. Just a couple topspin. I'm going to be right down the middle of that fairway. 2-2, I'm going to add on 10%, so it's going to be 2-4. 100% accurate club. 2.4. Try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. That should put me in my minimum short iron, just 2.0 per ring. Well, it might put me towards mid. We'll see. We will see, because I got a katana. If I had a Kingmaker right there, it would put me in minimum club. It's really funny about my Grizzly. I've been playing with it now for several months, and I just dawned on me that I've been playing it wrong. What was I thinking? Been making shots with it, but now it's all becoming clear. I'm right at minimum club. Pretty close. Pretty close. Make sure I'm getting up to it. It's 2.0 per ring. That's a 2-ring pool. One, 2 rings. Now I just need to hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Oh, you rat bastard. Rat bastard. That looked like it was fine. Fine. In and out. In and out. Good game. Good game. That was not the eagle I was looking for. On a perfect shot, too. That's really depressing. I'm gonna move this pin because it's right in the middle of my deal. Hole number 12. All right, well, this is the big par 5 we have to get. So the minimum score in this tournament, depending on the clubs you have, is -11. And this hole right here is the hole that makes it -11. So it's City Park, hole number 3, and there is nothing easy on this. First shot, second shot. If you end up in the rough, or if you're doing the layup and you're coming up here with your short iron, there's nothing easy about this hole. So every single shot on it, it's definitely a hole that you want to play one shot at a time. I'm taking this bag right here with a big dog. Everything else looks fine. And I am taking a Power 5 ball. I'm taking a Zerk, a Berserker. And let's do the clip card trade in. Let's see what we got today. Let's see what our options were. Yesterday it was an Apocalypse is in there. And yes, every time an Apocalypse is in there, I'm taking the Apocalypse. Faux show. Let's see what we get today. Grizzly Hammerhead Guardian. I'm working on my Guardian. I'm trying to get it maxed out. It's close enough that I'm trying to get it out of the loop. And it picks up a little teeny bit of topspin and a little bit of accuracy. And any topspin you can get on a Guardian is a little bit of topspin you can get on a Guardian. It would have been nice if they'd give it a little bit more. Most of the rares, when they get to level 9, the difference between level 8 and level 9 is marginal, and most of them, the numbers that you're getting, the buff that you're getting, is on stats that you're not as concerned with. There are a few. Extra Mile being at the top of the list. The Extra Mile 9 versus an Extra Mile 8 is night and day. I mean, it's much. You've got a big dog gets a good boost. The Apache gets some stuff, but it's still a turd. At that point, by the time you get that card, you've got other cards that are way ahead of it. Ooh, that's not good. That was at least a good solid 2 rings to the left. Should still be fine, but maybe. Nice shot. Well played. And I want every single bit of topspin I can get and 2 bars of right-hand side spin. I want to be dead center in the middle. I'm going to take the 4-2 wind out, which is 2 rings. And then I'm going to push that power back into it. I'm doing a little of this. Hitting it perfect. See if I can catch it in the deepest part of that fairway down there. It's going to be good. That's really good. Right in that deep part and just rolling out there, getting a lot of forward distance. And actually, the only time I've tanked this shot going into the cup is when I was out that far, because I can actually get my big dog way up in the mouth up there, and I put just a little teeny bit too much topspin on it, and it caught the flat and slid. I mean, like picked up, it looked like somebody shot it out of a cannon. It took that first bounce, hit the second bounce, and then looked like somebody shot it out of a cannon, and it bounced way over the backside. I was able to recover and get it in, but it was definitely didn't put me in a happy place. Hit that perfect and get up there, dude. Ooh, that's going to be in the rough. That's going to be in the rough. Might drift. Nope. That's the spot to get up in there. It gives you a nice short iron in if you're going out at that direction. Nice short iron going into the cup. I'm going to put a little bit of side spin on it. Not much. Maybe just a little teeny bit of topspin. Last time I was here, I had this shot I put on like 2 topspin, and it was way too much. 5-1. It's about 2.5 rings. Put just a little teeny bit back in. Hitting a 1 ring great to the left. As long as it doesn't catch the flat. Okay. Oh, see, there it is. That's the deal. It catches that flat there and it wants to slide across. That's Graham. Woo! I got to give myself a precardial thump there and get my heart beating again. I thought, here we go. I've actually had more problems when I'm way up than when I'm back a little. Because the other day I was on this hole and I didn't put quite enough on, and I got up on the green and then it rolled all the way down here to the bottom and I had a max overpower putt and missed it. It's a tricky green to get up on. And this shot right here is definitely going to be a little bit of backspin, I believe. Faux Showa. Not that much backspin, just a little. I need to hit this perfect. Nope, hit it great to the right. Get in the hole. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. It's almost like there was a little bit of wind effect there. I was super close, but it should have went in on the right-hand side of the flagpole. All right, that's how to get the eagle on that one. That second shot was scary. My heart's still like beating up a few beats higher because of that shot. Close. All right, hole number 13. This is some. Hole number 2 is the lowest hanging fruit in this tournament, and hole number 3 is pretty low. I'm using a rock, and I'm going to compare my rock to my QB. Top spin, I got a little bit more top spin with the QB. I'm going to use my QB instead of my rock. And I'm going to I'm going to have to bring out a bigger ball because of it. Because it doesn't have as much raw distance. So I can use a katana with my rock, but I'm going to use a kingmaker with my QB. And I'm trying to hit, normally I don't, there's a spot out there that I like to be in. And I'm actually trying to hit past that spot. I'm trying to hit all the way to the other side because I want to see what that rough bump looks like. I don't know how much, I'm not even sure if I can get any farther out there with the QB, even with the kingmaker. It may take a bigger club like an Extra Mile or an Apocalypse. Trying to give it a look. I'm always like in between. I'm like right in between mid and max. I saw an opponent, not sure which account I was playing, but I saw an opponent that came out here with a 4 power ball or a 5 power ball, and I was giving them crap about it. And then I started thinking about it. And the 5 power ball might put them right in the right spot, or even a 4 power ball, instead of being halfway between mid and max, it might put you right at mid. And the problem that I keep having here is that I'm always kind of like in between. I'm doing a 10% adjustment on the drive. I don't have anything listed as far as like doing an extra adjustment to the cup. I think I'm doing just a straight up wind adjustment. So it's 2.7, so it's right at about 3 rings. And then I'm going to lean against the nubs and then try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Trying to get out there as far as I can, not getting to the other side. I don't want to end up in the rough on the other side, but I want to get out there as far as I can. I'm not sure how far you got to get out there in order to do that rough bump. I'm not even sure what the shot, what the angle is to get at it. we will see. See if my opponent can get up there. They've got a thorn, so they got some ball guide. Just a bit outside. Just a bit outside. And if they would have been right on it probably would have been just a sliver short right on the lip. Okay, so there's Min. There's Max. So I'm right at mid. What are you frowning about? It's been running out a little long. 3.7. So with my Hornet at 1.75, so 3.7 divided by 1.75 is 2.11 rings. Is this guy a douchebag or what? Oh, fuck, I timed out. That guy's a douchebag. I wish there was a FU. I guess he's the Grinch for the Xmas spirit. What kind of douchebag does that in a tournament? Jesus. That's the cheesiest shit I've ever seen. And I've seen a lot of people do that kind of stuff. Hey, fuck you, dude. Fuck you in your little chat. Fucking douchebag. 2.8. 2.8 divided by 1.75. 1.6 rings. And it had great. Oh. Woo! Recovered. That's what I'm talking about. Oops. I feel like beating this guy in the shootout, just a general principle. That's the cheesiest stuff that you could possibly do. You're in a tournament. You want your opponent to do good. Anything goes wrong, you get a glitch right there, or you get timed out, you get a lag, you get whatever. You want your opponent to always do good. You need to encourage your opponents, not be dinking around with them. So if you ever run into Clint, Xmas Spirit, I'm not a fan. Cheeseball. You made me cuss on video. That's how ticked off I am right now. I should have released. I knew I was at the thing. I had time to release right there, and it just didn't feel right. I needed one more time by. That's my fault, but still, that's a cheesy. That is cheeseball. That is cheeseball. All right, let's quit thinking about that guy. What hole are we on? We're on hole number 5. Is that what we're on? Hole number 5. Now we're on. Are we on hole number 5? We are on hole number 5. Hole number 5 is City Park. Hole number 1. Did I even go look at that last hole, or did I just go play it? City Park. Okay, I know exactly what I'm doing on this hole. This is hole number 14, right? All right. I've caught one hole in one on this. And I am taking this bag right here because I'm using a Saturn and I'm using a Navigator. And that guy's probably out there going, yeah, man, I started spamming this guy and he timed out. It's cool. I don't like wishing people bad luck, but hopefully that guy never wins. I can tell you right now, if you did that stuff in the real world out on the golf course, you would find out whether or not they will take you into the emergency room right now, because there's people out there that you would get your ass beat. And you would get kicked off the course for sure. For sure. because they would complain to the course marshal, and the course marshal would come and kick you off the course. Doing a 10% adjustment. That's 4.3 times 1.1. It's 4.73 rings. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 3. Isn't it perfect? Just a bit outside. I think I was on the wrong run. I might have went to the wrong spot there. Maybe. I played the front nine. I went and had a bunch of stuff to do this morning. I went and knocked it out, and then I came home and I played nine, and then I had a bunch of stuff to do, and I left. I was gone all day, giving bids. Picked up 2 jobs today. It's good. All right. In the hole. Going to a shootout. The Drinkers clan. Good game. We won't need any good luck, buddy. I'm gonna forfeit to you, and you can take it. I'm gonna give you a win. Give you a chest to open. I definitely do not want to practice that hole. I'm getting that. I'm on track. I am going to get a hole in one on this. I'd like to get 2 of them in the weekend round, but I have worked my adjustment, and I am really close. Really close. All right. That was hole number 14. Hold on a second. Hold on. All right. My wife brought me some pizza. And after the emoji spammer, I thought I'd have a bite to eat. Eat a couple pieces of pizza. Calm down. D-bag. 15. The cool thing is you guys saw it, so now it's not just me calling it a D-bag. At least I have other people calling him a D-bag too. Hole number 15, this par 5 right here. And this is Juniper Point. Hole number 5. Sorry about the cussing and stuff. I have no problem cussing, but I try not to cuss on video when I'm shooting these for you guys because this isn't the time or place for that stuff. I've talked to people, any of my teammates have talked to me on the phone. I can tell you, I have no problem cussing. But while we're doing the videos here, and I'm trying to learn how to play the game and trying to help you guys out, and hopefully giving you good information. This isn't the right forum for getting out here and cussing. So I don't have a problem with it. It's just not the right area. Kingmaker, got 1 left. I'm gonna buy some Kingmakers just so that I have some. I don't think I have any Kingmaker lookalikes. I don't think I do. Maybe. I don't think so. Maybe. All right. Let me make sure that bag was right. Big Tapa, Guardian Grizzly. I am doing a 10% adjustment to the cup. Is that right? Did I change this? This is my old notes. No wonder. I'm sitting here looking at my notes and I'm like, wait, that's not right. Those are my original notes. Oh, those are my 99 notes. I was wondering what the deal was. I was looking at one of these holes and I was like, what is the deal? All right, so I'm doing 5% to the cup. there is a 20% adjustment on the drive, but I'm not doing it because I'm using the wind, because I have a big topper. I've got plenty of room down there. I have 5 rings of separation between me and the rough. That's 10 miles an hour of wind. And so unless I hit the rough on the right-hand side, it's pretty unlikely that I'm going to hit the rough on this side. Now, if I hit it really great to the left or the right, I could clip the rough on the other side. But on the drive shot, it's almost foolproof. So that's basically a 4 win. So that means if you add it on 20%, that's 4.8. And I have 10 miles an hour of separation between me and the rough. So let's see if they make the adjustment right. Yeah, they gave themselves 3 rings at 1.6 per ring. So that's 5 miles per hour. That's pretty dang close. They're going to be close, but I think they might have it all right. Look at how close they are, though. Yeah, they had tons of room. Good job. I'm trying to get the 390. Everybody out there, if you've played 2 or 3, you get a big topper pretty quick. And this shot is definitely better with a big topper. Okay, so I'm 2 rings of separation off of that transitional surface. The wind's blowing 2.9 forward, so there's 2.9, and then it's 20%, so it's going out into there. So I have tons and tons of room. And then I'm going to put just a little teeny bit of overpower just rubbing up against the nubs. That's about 1 ring. And that's not making the needle go any faster, but you can tell you're in power because it's shaking. Plenty of room, plenty of flight time. I'm trying to get out there to 390. 394. And I've been putting what in my mind is maybe a little too much backspin on it. So it's 1.5 to the cup. It's a 100% accurate club. So it's 1.5 times the wind divided by 1. So 1.5 times the wind, and that'll tell me how many rings to move. Getting it perfect? Get in the hole. Ooh, close. Nice shot. Very nice. 3.9. It's 4.1 rings. There's max club. Let me come back just a little. I want to let it run up to the cup. It's 4.1 rings. There's 1, 2, 3, 4.1. Try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there. Getting the Albie. Yes, sir. That will work. Got lucky on the bounces. It's definitely hitting long there. And I've been putting on a little bit more backspin, but the deal is if you have side spin on your ball, let's say you have right hand side spin, the more backspin you put on, the more the side spin becomes effective, and it wants to jerk to the right or jerk to the left if you're using left hand side spin. And so it seems like there I've been off because I just a little off, but I the 10%, 5% seems like that was pretty close to the center of the cup there. I liked it. I'll take it. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Hole number 16. And let me hold on one second. I want to make sure I had enough video space in there. So All right, hole 16. What were we on here? Where are we at? This is a par 3. This is the par 3 I've been working on. And this is the par 3 I timed out on in the qualifying rounds. Let's try not to do that today. That's Juniper Point, hole number 7. Just want to glance at it. All right, I know exactly what I'm doing here. Okay, let me get my little trusty dusty calculator going. I'm going to do a 25% wind adjustment. Don't ask. And I am doing a sniper. Let's make sure. Yep. The wind, we're getting headwind here. I started off with my normal adjustment that we normally do because we've had this before and it has tailwind, and it didn't work. So I tried doing the taking a sniper, and let's pick the ball. That'd probably be helpful. Taking a nav. In the weekend round, I'm definitely going to take a Kraken. I usually try and save. I'm pretty frugal with the wind balls. Like if I, this navigator, it's all about picking the power ball that goes with the wind ball. And so usually in the opening and the qualifying rounds, I'll stick with the nav or whatever ball we're using, a katana. But in the weekend rounds, I'll pop out a wind ball so that, and especially in this hole, because you're not really using any side spin. So the only thing the ball's changing is just lowering the wind down. So it's kind of helping you out in the weekend round, giving you a little bit better look at it. 1.25 times whatever the wind is. Using a 100% accurate club. And I have no idea where my club's at. And as far as distance, I think it's pretty close to max. So we got a 4-mile-an-hour wind there. See how they do. It looks like it's going to go to the right. I could be wrong. A little short. Okay, 1.25 times. Let's see what the wind is. Give me that 4-mile-an-hour wind. 3.6. It's 4.5 rings. And I'm going to move it over just a titch. About 2 topspin. Is right at 2. And it is 4.5 rings. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. Try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Nope. That was still not enough of a pull. I keep ending up to the right. And I started off on the right-hand side of the cup. And I still ended up to the right. And I did a bigger adjustment today than I've done in the past because I started off at 10 and then I went to 20. And then 20 got me close. And it looked like I needed to do a little bit more, so I added on the 5 and did a 25. And I'm still off. In hope. All right. What I'm trying to do is hit it so that I'm going. I don't even care if I go on the left-hand side of the cup. That tells me that I'm in between. So the minus 25, plus 25 is scratched out. And so I'm going to do a plus 30. I'm going to keep moving that over until I finally get it to the other side of the cup or it goes in, one of the two. It'll help if I bring a low wind ball because then you won't have to do. That's a weird angle to do an adjustment. And I'm not sure if I'm not getting off in my angle. All right. Getting up towards the top. We got 2 holes left. Hole number 17. Hole number 17, City Park. Hole number 2. This hole right here is the hole that's been, I know my teammates, when I went through their stuff, this hole right here has been causing people headaches, big headaches. You don't want to end up in the rough. If you've got a Nirvana or a Spitfire, you can end up way up there. You can be a little bit more cavalier, but ideally, I'm going to switch this over to a rock. Everything else there will work. And I'm going to use a Kingmaker. That's all I need. And my sniper. It keeps taking an irregular bounce to the right. And so if I didn't do any wind, I don't know. I'm still working on it. So I'm doing a plus 5% to the cup. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing a 10% wind adjustment on the drive and plus 5 to the cup. But it seems like it's taking an irregular bounce. Team Gooch. Is that Gooch or Gucci? I don't see any E on the end of it, but that doesn't mean that that's not how they're pronouncing it. Maybe it's Gouch. I know there is a max overpower hook shot you can do, and your blue ring is somewhere out here on, here's the first, here's the second, here's the third cut. It's somewhere out here in the range where it's between the second and the third cut. And you can do a max overpower hook, and it'll get you way, way up there. If I make this shot and get where I'm looking at, I'm in minimum wood. All right, here we go. I'm taking a Kingmaker. I'm going to put on that. All the top spin and all the side spin I can eke on there with that. And I'm going, I'm looking at the edge here. So like I'm kind of following where my ball guide is and where that's 4, 4, 4. I'm 4 rings off that transitional surface. Max curl. Oh, I'm in trouble. Maybe it'll blow past. It hit that one hill face and took a little bit of an irregular bounce to the right, and it blew me back into the center. Awesome. I've been trying to set that up so I could hit a 1 ring great to the left or the right and be fine, but that looked like it was eking towards 2 rings great to the left. And I've set it up so that I have a little bit of breathing room on either side, but just a little. And I obviously have more room on the left than I do on the right. Okay, it's plus 5 to the cup, 1.05 times whatever the wind is, divided by 1.5 per ring. Let's see what our wind is. We'll do our wind adjustment first. 2.3 equals divided by 1.5. 1.6 ring pull. Blue ring off. I get my second bounce so that it's up there. It's been rolling a little bit long. I want to be on that side of the cup. It's 1.6 rings. I'm hitting at 1.5 because I'm at minimum club. Hitting it perfect. Woo! That's the first time I got an eagle on that this week. That's what I'm talking about right there. Getting it done. I think the deal there is that I started it off so that the second bounce was already up on the fairway fringe area instead of hitting that hill. and that made the difference. So they didn't get that irregular bounce. All right, that was hole 17. Hole number 18. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's go look at it real quick. Just glance at it. It's City Park hole number 6. All right, I'm taking the shot off the finger, trying to get down here in the middle of the fairway. I'm doing it with a Kingmaker, an extra mile, and a sniper. That's all I'm gonna need. I'm not bringing my putter. I'm not gonna need it. I'm getting the Albie right here. I'm gonna make up for the timeout that I had on the one hole earlier. We are in the hole. I'm going to open up a chest because I'm going to get the Albie and I'm going to be filling that slot. Hole number 18. Let's roll. Let's see how much time we got on this video. We got enough? Yeah, we got plenty. We got 10 minutes to get this hole done. Tanglewood. Stephen from the Tanglewood clan. Doing a 20% wind adjustment on the drive, and I'm not doing any elevation adjustment on the shot to the cup. Just taking a straight up wind adjustment. On holes like this, where there's so many different places that you can get in trouble, I'm a big fan of bringing out a power 3 ball, because that power 3 ball you may not need it on the drive, but if you tank that shot, you're going to wish you had a power 3 ball for the next shot. And I never can understand when people set a shot up and they never put the ball where they wanted it. They anticipated the wind in the shot setup, and they never did look at it to see hey, do I got enough side spin, backspin, or any of that stuff on it? What is it going to look like when it's in the area that I really want it to be at? Do I have my topspin right for that area? I never can figure out what the thought process is there. So it's max topspin -1. Then I'm going to pull it back just a little. 3.4, that would be basically 7, so it'd be 4-1. It's 4-2 for a 2-ring pull. I'm going to do a 2-ring pull. Try and hit it perfect. Oh. Of course my phone rang. I'm playing on my tablet, but my phone's sitting right here, and that'll be in the rough just like my opponent. Of course it will be. Damn mama. The good news is from down there I can get up with a Nirvana. It's not ideal. And what I'll probably be doing, if I was farther forward, I could probably go for the Albie, but I'll probably just be laying it up over here and then taking the chip. So if I don't have a shot where I can get up in this area and go over, I'm not doing any overpower here if I can help it. I'm not, at this point, I'm not worried about Albie. At this point, I'm just trying to secure my eagle. My opponent got up there with a katana, so I should have a shot. Mile and a wave, yeah. Okay, I'm at max club, so that's about 1.5 rings. I'm messing around with that sand trap if I can help it. Isn't it perfect? Trying to get up there to get myself a chip to get on and in, secure my eagle. If you make an epic fail on a hole on the drive, Stop. Whatever shot you thought you were going to do, you're not doing that shot anymore. Okay. Look at the hole and see what it takes to give yourself the best opportunity for eagle. Without, a lot of times people will do a hero shot and they're like, okay, I'm in this and now I still need to go for that Albie and I need to do this hero shot. I know my opponent was able to get up there, but whenever you're doing overpower on a shot like that and you got sand in front of you, I mean, there's so many things that can go wrong. There's still a lot that can go wrong here. I got a ton of work left to do. Tons. And from this distance, wind shouldn't play a factor, but I'm going to kind of hedge my bet and go right on that side of the cup. Hit it great to the right. And wind was not a factor in the hole. All right, that was the eagle on that hole. Had to recover a little bit. Bad drive. Bad drive. I will give Steven a win and a chest. Had a lot of people ask me about my win percentage. I think my win percentage is only like 53%. So we're in that neighborhood. What is my win percentage? It's 53%. And you don't have a very good win percentage. That's because I forfeited probably 1,500 matches in shootouts and tournaments. And that will seriously affect your win percentage. If you take those forfeits out, it's a pretty decent win percentage, but you leave those in and it's 53%. All right, let's see where we ended up. I think that's a 29. Is that a 29? Wow. As piss poor as I played on the back nine here, I guess I did pick it up. I got that Albie. That was the deal. Picking up the rare rock egg eagle on hole number 17. Did not get it done on 1, 2, and 4. Those were low hanging fruit and did not get it done there, but was able to get the Albie. So that's good. Coming in with a 29 and an Albie tiebreaker. That should give me a pretty good tiebreaker coming in the weekend round. Should put me up towards the top, if not at the top. And I like to be in these tournaments. I usually come into tournament in the weekend rounds either towards the top or 76th, and it's always better when you're up towards the top. It does help you get better finishes if you can go out there, and even if I go out in the weekend round and I tank it and I just shoot, a 24, 25, that's going to put me at the top of all the 24s and 25s. And when you look in your bracket this weekend, you can go down through it and like there'll be a number. It'll be like 24, 25, 23. That'll be the big group where there's that's the group that there's the most amount of people in. And if you do get in these opening rounds, you're always assuring yourself of being towards the top, if not at the top of every group that you're in. And it can be the difference between coming in 10th and coming in 28th. So should be good tiebreakers. And I will, hopefully everybody's having a great opening round. Hopefully everybody's having a good tournament. I want everybody to be safe. And I will catch you on the weekend round. Thanks for watching.